NewsNation Now continues. I'm Connel McShane back with you from New York. We want to go back to the region in our coverage of Israel at war. Chris Cuomo has been hosting his program, Cuomo, 8 p.m. Eastern on NewsNation, from the region this week. And Chris joins us now from Tel Aviv. So you've arrived there. You're in country, so to speak. You're in Israel. Tell us what you've observed so far, Chris, since you've got yourself on the ground.
How you doing? Thank you for the opportunity to check in with people back home and figure out what's going on. This is a nation at war, and the most obvious aspect of that in a big city like Tel Aviv, which is where we are right now, is the quiet. This is a very, very busy city. Now, obviously, it's nighttime here at this hour, but the streets are very empty. The traffic is very light because people are inside. They've been told to stay inside, which is unusual in Israel. People should know that this is a people that is marked by their resilience. So when there have been attacks in the past, bombs and things that would absolutely shut down any American city, they're usually out within hours after it happens to show that the markets are open, the streets are open, that the terror aspect didn't work. They're not afraid. This is a little different because they're actively at war. So what we did is we got into the city. We then drove down to the south, and we saw the areas that were shut down. There are pretty random but regular bomb alarms here that incoming is coming, and they have a very sophisticated alert system that has become habituated as part of the culture here. People are listening to the music on the radio in the car, and then all of a sudden there's an alert. Okay, these areas have bombs coming, and then people have to find their safe areas. So we've been looking. You see the devastation that is typical of these types of frag bombs, that they're using cheaper bombs, very often homemade bombs. But this is very much a nation at war, and the big preoccupation is what you were talking about on the show just before the break. Where are the missing? What is happening with the hostages?
Yes, it is. You know, the White House, to put this in the American context, said earlier that there are more than 20 Americans unaccounted for. You know, Jake Sullivan is the National Security Advisor, said he doesn't know how many of them are hostages, but there are more than 20 unaccounted for. But to your point, we did have that interview a few moments ago, and I know on your show you're doing similar things where you're trying to tell these stories of real people, and particularly people who know others who have been taken captive. For those who didn't see it last night, or even for those who did, I think it's worth replaying a little bit. It was so gripping, the clip you had of the cousin of someone who was kidnapped on your program when you were in Amman, Jordan. Let's listen to a little bit of that, and then we'll come back and talk about the situation that's affecting so many. Here it is from Cuomo last night.
I fear for their lives. I fear for the babies. If they're being fed. My aunt has Parkinson's disease. We're in the dark. We need to force them to show us the people, to show us their faces, that they're alive, something.
I mean, it's hard to watch, but I think that's part of the point, right, Chris? And you know, you could see it in that and so many of these stories.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's important to watch. I think it's a different issue. What do we do if Hamas, as an extension of their terrorism, starts to execute hostages and put out the videos? What do we do? What's the right thing to do to give the attention that is deserved of that type of horror while not giving the terrorists what they want? It's an interesting question that you have to deal with as a society and certainly within the media. But this is the unique aspect to this situation. Hostages are a non-event in Israel. The terrorists, whether it's Hezbollah or Hamas or any of the inimical agencies, have not had an Israeli soldier in over a decade, let alone having dozens and dozens of the elderly, infants, people who are innocents in the conflict. It's a real X factor about what to do here, and I know it has the Israeli forces perplexed. It has America perplexed.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.